Yeah, so hi, it's this is now my video that's coming after my day 3 morning, and now this is day 6, and you may have noticed a little gap if you've been following this. Couple of reasons. One, I actually went fishing for 3 days with a friend in North Wales. As you can tell, we're from England, and the other reason is I didn't succeed in quitting the vape. Got to day 3 and I'm going to be completely honest with you. Day 3 came around, the morning was hard. I had patches on, I did all the normal things. Then it got to the afternoon of day 3 and I was just depressed. I can't say it any other way. I was just downright miserable. I just wasn't happy. I wasn't craving anything. I wasn't like, I didn't have the shakes like I had in the first few days. I didn't have the sweats or the body temperature rises, which normally kind of you get with withdrawal symptoms. I didn't have any of that. I just was miserable. And I'm thinking, I'm just depressed. I was going to my normal jobs. I did more stuff around the house. I kept myself busy. I did all the things I was planning to do. And then I just hit a point and I went, I can't be this unhappy. My breathing had improved. My breathing's not too bad anyway. I'm not over exaggerating it. It just wasn't bad. But it was much better. I'd noticed that already in just a couple of days. And then roll forward, I went away. Obviously I took my vape. I obviously went and got a bottle, fell back into it. I'm probably more conscious now than I was of what I'm smoking, and well, not what, but how much, and how regularly. And my chest has tightened up a little bit. It's gone back to what it was before, which was just not quite great. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't quite great. So I've come off it, but I need to do some more research, and this is probably the key. I'm not putting down the day 3 of me going to the vape shop down to nicotine withdrawals, unless I'm completely corrected otherwise. But after 3 days, those symptoms had gone. I was just miserable. So what is it in vapes, or what is it in your mind when you stop vaping that makes you go so depressed? That's probably the key, because the nicotine bit I can deal with. Nicotine bit's a couple of days. I've gone back to my vape shop again and got a bottle, and they're not very big bottles. They're only I don't know what they are, 100 mils, 50 mils maybe, 60 milliliters. So they're small, but at least you can vary the nicotine amount that goes into these by having the small shots. So before I was on 6s, I've now gone down to 3s. So I'm now at 3 milligrams. If you compare that to a cigarette or a disposable vape, they're at 20 milligrams. So therefore the nicotine drop is going to be so much greater than what I would be in this little contraption here. And obviously that does require something that you can fill up when you need to. I'll show you the pod that we fill up on that one. Now I'm going to get that down to 3, which I have done. Don't miss it. don't have any of the withdrawal symptoms from going from 6 to 3, as you'd imagine. That lasts me probably about 7 to 10 days. And then what I'm going to do is I'm then going to get that down to 0 on the next one. So obviously get the decrease in the nicotine levels. And in the meantime as well, I'm also going to look at what is involved in these. And this is the key bit, right? So in here, there's vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, or glycol, and flavorings. What does the glycerin and the glycol do? And also what mentally happens to your brain when you vape or smoke? I know they release endorphins. What can we do what can we take to relieve that? What mechanisms or what other things can we consume to fill that void and reduce that depression level? Because I'll put it down to depression. I mean, There's obviously, you know, a lot of depression out there, and there's some severe depression, but that's how I felt. And there was nothing I was doing that made me happy, and that alarmed me. And what alarmed me more is I didn't want to be in that situation for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just being that miserable that I didn't want to get out of bed. That's a worrying sign. So I'm going to eradicate the nicotine bit, but I'm also now going to look at what happens to the brain, and also what those two ingredients do, and what substitutes can be put into place. Because there are a number of things that have been over vaping. It's the action constantly of vaping all day. It's obviously something going into your system. It's the breathing. There's a whole lot of stuff that kicks around. So let me go and have a look at that, and I'll continue to report as I go through and what I find, and yeah, keep you updated. And this will happen. I will no longer be a vapor at some point over the next short term. And through that journey, I'm going to document what I could do and what I go through, because I do think, you know, it is very, very difficult to give up, but I'm also saying it's not impossible to give up. And that's what I'm going to record, because I don't think anyone really has before. So thanks for watching. Thank you for your support. Thanks for the messages as well, for the support as well. And obviously anyone else is looking at trying it or done it successfully, if you've got any tips, any tricks, anything at all that you go, that worked for me, let me know, because I'm happy to try it and happy to report back. Hope you have a great day, and we'll post another video soon.